Hello everyone, I am Om Prakash. Today I will be showing you how to design a matte footing in Shape software. So you can see here I have given you the plan of the matte footing. Here you have see the different columns and the different size of column placement in the matte footing, and the pink strips you can see lines here are the design strips. So first we'll go to and define the properties. So first to define material properties HYSD 415 and M40 concrete is defined. Next, slab property. So slab property, I have given you 1200 mm of slab footing and M40 concrete. Okay, so it is matte footing. So you have to go to click here and say okay, matte. Okay, okay. Now next we will do is define the column property. I have defined two column property, column 500 by 500 column and 600 by 600 mm column. Next we will go to soil separate properties. Soil separate properties is calculated. I have calculated earlier, and the soil separate modulus is 3 into 10 per kilometer per meter cube. So okay. Next will be the load patterns and the load questions and load combinations. Load patterns are dead load and live load, and load cases are also dead load and live load, linear static load type. And the load combinations, we have two load combinations, two load combinations. One is dead load and live load for ultimate strength, that is 1.5 scale factor for both. And for service loads, the dead load live load also, and the scale factor is 1 for both. Okay, next we'll draw the sections. So first we'll draw the slab area. Go to click the slab area and draw the slab area. After drawing the slab area, we'll go and draw the column. Draw the column, and we'll select the column from here. You can see here column properties is this one. Even I defined everything, so I am not going to show everything now. So I've defined it, drawn everything. Next we'll draw the design strips. Design strips are drawn the center, from center to center of the column, extending all the way from the this point to this point of the slab. So for all the four section of the column, this one strip 1, strip 2, strip 3 of this is strip A, and this one in the y direction is the strip B for all four strip, and this is strip A in the x direction, and the strip width is 4 meter calculated previously. So next we have given everything. Now let's go to assign loads. First we'll click on the slab, click on the slab and go to assign, and assign support data, support soil properties, and click it soil 1 and okay. Soil 1 it will give the soil 1 property. This would is soil modulus, soil modulus separate, the separate modulus we previously defined to apply to the slab. Next we'll assign the load to the column. So zoom on and click on the center of the column and assign load and the point loads. Yeah, we have assign the point load like this. Assign point loads. We can assign dead load and live load. Everything we can assign dead load and live load. Okay. After assigning load to the dead load and live load to all the columns, now let's go and assign the reinforcement. So click on the slab, and so I have assigned property repair material is HYSD 500. Okay, next go to the design strip and click and repair material HYSD 500. You have to do this for everything, and for column also you will click on the not the center point but on the column and HYSD 500. Okay, and you do this for everything, and every column, all 8 of the strips and the slab. After that we will go to run analysis. So we'll go to run analysis, tell it something. This is the displacement. Displacement is the dead load. You can see here the diagram, the contour lines, the the displacement is given here in millimeters. You can see the different contour lines for the different colors. After that, go to run analysis and design. So next, go to run display and show punching shear design. Punching shear should not be value. Punching shear should not be, the punching shear ratio should not be greater than 1. If greater than 1 for anything, redesign the section. Increase the slab thickness or the column to reduce the load. So the punching shear is less than 1 for everyone. So design is safe. So next we can go and display the slab force and stresses. Here we can see, go to the max. I'll show you the maximum value. Go to the apply. You can see the M1, M2, M2 value also. Okay, you can see here like this, different values. You can change the load combination to load combination or differ load cases. Okay. Apply. Next you can see the crack width. We can display the crack width here. The crack width, this is very small crack width. You can see the crack width like this. We can see the top face and bottom face of the crack width. Okay, and we can also see the so the strip forces. We can view the strip forces also. So you define everything and it's okay. This is the strip forces on the strips. Forces on the strip. You can see moment, shear force, moment, everything. Close. Now what we will do? We'll run the detailing. So learn the detailing. Let's see the detailing. Go to drawing component, the framing plan. Let's go to the drawing components views, next slab views, and let's go to the rebar table. So rebar table, you can see the different column size, different bar size, and the length, number of bars, and total length is given here. So we can see the rebar table here also, and bill quantities will show you the bar size, length, and total weight. So we can see here the weight is 19.37 metric ton. This is the individual slab views also. This is the rebar plan. This is the rebar plan. Top rebar plan, bottom rebar plan for rebar plan or all bars. So section 1, section view of the rebar, section view of the column, footing, reinforcement layers. We can show this issue the area, how much reinforcement in this area. Maximum is the value, maximum the area of section provided for the layer B strips, design strips. Okay, everything. So thank you. I have shown everything. Thank you.